Okay, so time to prepare. This is Eustace's uncle, so like I said, it's probably like his favorite food from back when he was a kid. And because Eustace is in town, he probably wants to make it for him. Hello again, I presume you collect all the ingredients then? Yeah, everything's here and accounted for. Here you go. He'll probably have to spend some time actually making it, so Eustace should probably be back with us by then. Floppy fat times 5, hand over healing herb. Much obliged. Please make your way over to the table. I'll begin preparing the dish immediately. Oh, I want Eustace to be back for this. This is like the definition of being meant for him. How was it? I call this dish the deluxe herb chowder. It was beyond delicious. I feel sort of comforting warmth throughout my body after eating it. Wouldn't mind having some of this if I ever caught a cold. Yeah, I almost feel like a bowl of this might cure it outright. I'm pleased to hear that. You did mention that this is a rather nostalgic dish. I assume Eustace had it often then? That's correct. It was one of his favorite dishes even. To tell you the truth, the one who created this dish was none other than my sister herself. In other words, Lord Eustace's mother. I see. Well then. So that would make you his uncle then. That's kind of surprising. Oh, oops, we didn't tell you two about that. Everyone knew, but you two. My apologies, I was under the impression that you were all aware. I wasn't expecting his mother to be the creator of this dish, though. His mother must have been skilled at cooking if she could cook a dish this delicious. She was indeed. She'd even come by to help out here from time to time. The first time she made this soup was when Lord Eustace fell ill during his younger years. She went to the church to ask for medicinal herbs, after which she set about inventing a dish that would be both easy for him to digest and enjoyable to eat. Lord Eustace was always at the front of her mind. It really does sound like she cared deeply for him. And yet, he lost her 8 years ago. Sounds like he hasn't had such an easy life after all. Someone's thinking about Eustace. Who might that be? Certainly not me. I've probably said too much. I was hoping that Lord Eustace would be here to enjoy this too, but at any rate, I'm happy that I could talk to you all about this. We got to learn a bit more about Eustace, so likewise. Well then, that brings my request to an end. Thank you all for your help. There's plenty of soup left over, so feel free to take it with you and give it to Lord Eustace because he actually should have some. Oh, thank you, sir. Let me give you this as well. It's the recipe for the creamy chowder that this dish was based off of. It can be made with common ingredients. If you have the time, you should try and make it for yourselves. Creamy chowder. I kind of want to make it right now. I feel somewhat bad being treated to a delicious meal and then being taught a new recipe. That's very generous of you. This is the least I can do for Lord Eustace's friends. Goodbye then. I wish you luck with your future endeavors. It's just such a shame that Eustace couldn't be here for that. But I am out of time on a big way. I'm actually running late for what I need to be, so see you guys later. Drive safely. Hello, and welcome back to our glorious little sit down here with another episode of Trails of Cold Steel, and this time I'm not in as much of a hurry, thank goodness. Okay. But that's also extremely the wrong way, and I need to go to the highway, because I'm pretty sure the only thing I have left is to go do the monster quest. Pretty sure the monster quest is all I have to do. It's right there, so I'm just gonna go do this now. Okay, yep, that was not there yesterday, weirdly enough. How did Rufus plan this in advance when it wasn't even there the day before? There it is. Looks as strong as yesterday's. That means we'll really need to be careful considering Eustace isn't with us today. Green, I'm ashamed of what happened yesterday. I know we've had our share of differences, but, well, He's embarrassed. Quiet, V, I'm trying to. I've caused problems for everyone, too. My injuries were a result of my own carelessness. Hopefully, by giving this fight everything we've got, we can make up for this whole mess. Together. Counting on you, Machias. I won't let you down. Does that mean I have to link with him? I don't want to link with him. Okay. I was trying to get the advantage, but apparently that's no.
My turn.
Let's just do this right now while she has a critical.
Sylphie, dance. That's that.
Don't, no, okay, we're okay, we're okay. Okay, what do we have on it? Fire good, wind's good. I assume that's wind, maybe that's earth. No, earth is... No, in some games, yellow is air, but some games yellow is earth, and in some games green is earth, and in some games green is air. Which is the weirdest color scheme, like, mismatch. It's so confusing sometimes. This one green is air, earth is yellow, so it's good against, or we'd be good using red and yellow. That's what matters. But this is more important. It's the moment.
Do this. All right. Leave it to me.
Can I impede him? I want to impede him. Yep, that is an impede, and I get to lower his defense at the same time.
Okay.
What about you? Ethereal Edge.
Gleaming blades. Go.
Man, I've taken out a lot of his health already. When I look at the recording, I need to check how much of that was the S-break. Not to mention, normal attacks are doing pretty well against him.
Here we go.
I would like to impede you.
There.
I'm starting to really like impede, especially against bosses.
Now's our chance.
I'll handle it.
You got a crit, so we want to do this. Definitely impede you.
Got it. It's my turn.
Let's just keep impeding. No, I really like
How
that.
about this? Now.
And that did not impede. Okay. Ooh, maybe I've never actually tried to use one of these. Let's see how this works. I might have used this once, but never on a boss. Okay. Not only do I know what the unbalanced efficacy is, it actually increases all of the ones that have any on it by 1. That's really good. Now, how long does that last? Is that forever?
No way. Here we go.
Also want to impede, still want to impede. I got my CP, might as well use it.
Now's our chance.
Also still want to impede. Hopefully this actually impedes.
Got it.
Or maybe it's just so fast that I am impeding it, but it doesn't go down in the turn order.
That one all right.
See? We make a great team.
Oh, all that XP that I don't even level up from. And I get 2 gloppy fat out of it. Game. Why do you hate me so much, game? Sometimes, I swear. We won. We sure did, and in doing so, I believe we successfully redeemed ourselves for yesterday, considering how easily I just won. I agree. Good work, everyone. Suppose that gets a pass. I'm sorry, everyone. I've been dragging you all down. Especially you, Rain. I owe you double the apology. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. It's alright, Machias. Don't worry about it. If I just answered you honestly from the start, all of this could have been avoided. So if anything, I should be the one apologizing. I'm sorry for misleading you. No. Anyway, it's all in the past now. I'm glad to have you in our group, Machias. The same to you. I'm glad the two of you were finally able to make up. Ah, youth. Hey, don't make fun of us. As long as we're on a roll here, why not use this chance to make up with Eustace too? What? If you could just be more honest with one another, I'm sure even combat links wouldn't be out of the... Not a chance. My behavior towards you was wrong, and I fully admit that. But Eustace is a whole different story. He and I are fundamentally incompatible. Nothing any of you can do can change that. Ha 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 ha. I guess getting those two to accept one another is still a long ways off. Well, we should probably head back to town, don't you think? Yes, that sounds like a good idea. Eustace should be coming back soon. I'm hungry. Fine, let's go. Wait, don't tell me. Oh, if I had waited... If I had done this first, got the globby fat off of that thing, and then proceeds to go back and get Eustace and go turn in the other quest, would that have changed it? Or would I have not been able to complete the quest? Well, I guess I'm about to find out, because the big indicator of me not being able to complete the quest is if something major happens. This is the required one, so presumably it's supposed to advance the story, and if I advance the story, then there's a chance I wouldn't have been able to complete the other one. I'll head by the restaurant if I pick up Eustace and nothing, is like a clear indicator that something bad is about to happen, or the story is changing immensely. Hold it right there. The Provincial Army? You're those students from Thor's military academy, aren't you? The ones who've come for a field study. Yeah, that's us. Is there some kind of problem? He's a perfect match for the photo. How convenient for us. Oh fuck. What are you doing? First year student Machias Regnitz, correct? You're under arrest. Don't try to resist. If you know what's good for you. What? What's going on? Wait. This has to be some kind of mistake. On what grounds are you arresting him? A number of charges have been filed, and what are they? But most egregious is the accusation of trespassing into RX Fort yesterday afternoon. He was with us the entire time. Even Eustace can fucking vouch for it. I hit myself. Whoops. Whoops. Wait, what do you mean? When we saw that silver object... You can't be serious. I was near the fort at the time the intrusion occurred, certainly, but I was there with my classmates. If you aren't going to believe their testimony, then why am I the only one under suspicion? Every one of us here can vouch for him. And not just us. Eustace Alberea was with us at the time, and can personally verify that what Machias is saying is true. You'll have to do better than that. What? We're outnumbered. I want to fight them. I so fucking want to fight them right now. All you need to know is that this boy is a person of interest. Okay, so they're bullshitting their way into arresting him. What, Eustace's father see him as like, oh, I have an opportunity. I can basically take him hostage or call him a guest in my house, even though everyone knows he's really a hostage. And we have the right to take him in for questioning. There's no point fighting it. You're coming with us whether you like it or not. Oh, they're holding hands. Well. Oh man. Looks like she was right on the mark. Oh. No? No. Glad I came here from Legram for this. But the question is, what's the best way to handle this situation? You know, I thought the, flamboyant guy was the one in Celtic, but I mainly remember the coat. I just assumed it was him, because I didn't think anyone else would be wearing the same basic outfit, so maybe it was that guy. Get in there. Don't worry. Do as you're told and you won't be hurt. If you're found to be innocent, we'll let you out. Eventually. Damn it, how could I have been so careless? Considering Dad's position, I should have known this could happen. I didn't think they'd be so aggressive over it all. As I keep telling you, Machias couldn't possibly have committed the crimes he's accused of. He's been with us ever since we arrived in Brayhard yesterday afternoon. He's never left our sight. So if you really believe he was responsible, shouldn't you be arresting us as well? You're wasting your breath. Machias Regnance will be kept in our custody until he's been cleared of all charges against him. We've already contacted the Academy to inform them of this. You kids should just focus on your field study or whatever it is you're here for, and let due process take its course. Fuck you. No, I'm not. I'm gonna fuck... I know I don't get an actual choice in the story, but I am determined right now. Determined as all hell. Unbelievable. Oh, and one more thing. Eustace's business at the Duke's estate will take longer than expected to complete. I'm afraid he'll be unable to rejoin you. Down one more and another and... God damn it. That can't... Did this come from Eustace himself? Couldn't tell you. I'm just relaying the message given to me by the Alberea household. Don't even think of trying to go up to the mansion to see him. You won't even get past the front gate. Oh. Oh, I will try. I will try. I'm betting that they've had this whole thing planned out since yesterday. Which means the reason Eustace got called away... I wonder, was the thing that flew away from the fort... Was it actually an intruder, or... You know, it probably was actually an intruder, because that's just like a great opportunity to introduce a new character. But, there's a possibility that they just set it up in order to fake it, in order to make Machias give reasons to arrest him. Which means the reason Eustace got called away is because they knew that if he were here, he may have been able to prevent Machias' arrest. I assume that's what you're going to say anyway. It makes sense. He was probably called home to keep him from interfering. Almost certainly, I say. And then you add in the fact that if he was able to come back to us, he'd probably... You know, he doesn't like Machias, but he certainly seems to dislike this whole situation that he's thrown in and has to rely on them. So there's a decent chance that he'd at least give us some sort of influence to actually do something at this point. It's past noon already. We should head back to the hotel. If Eustace hasn't left a message for us, we're going to need to start thinking about other ways to handle this. What? I'm terribly sorry. They insisted on conducting a precautionary search as part of their investigation. I believe they'll be leaving by this evening, but I'm afraid that's all I know. I see. We're very sorry for the trouble. I think we should go. Okay. Yes, I agree. Well, that's one way to complete a thing. Received Earthbell as a reward. Afterward, Rena and the others decided to dine at the restaurant they visited the previous day. However, the soldiers were there as well. Uncertain of what to do and where to go, they eventually settled on planning their next move at a bar on the Artisan Street. They've gone to severe lengths in order to stop us from actually being able to do anything. Army officers basically everywhere. Listening in, not allowing us to do any investigation or any of that sort. I wonder if they were, like, well aware of what we did in Celtic. So, in all likelihood, the reason Machias was arrested has nothing to do with the incident at the fort yesterday. They just wanted him because his father is the Imperial Governor and a key figure in the Reformist faction. Basically, they wanted a hostage so they could have an advantage in future negotiations. That does seem to be the most plausible explanation. They wouldn't hurt him or anything, though, would they? I wouldn't be so sure. Tensions are high on both sides. Worst case scenario, they might want to use threat of violence to get what they want. That's awful. This may well fall under the scope of our field study, though. It may be risky, but how about we try to do something about the situation ourselves? I think we should. We can't just abandon him. Plus, we finished all our quest. I'm in. Thank you both. I wonder if Rufus was aware of this. You know, there's the whole question of what side is he on? He seems to really like Eustace. Eustace seems to be very wary of the entire conflict. And the nobles, I'm willing to bet that Eustace and maybe Rufus, I'm not sure which way, are like generally against it and would rather compromise, but I think our best bet here is to track down Eustace. There's no way he could possibly have been in favor of arresting Machias. Yes, I agree. This had to have been a decision made by Duke Alberea himself. But Eustace is locked up at home. Maybe his brother will help us? Rufus. He did have a pleasant demeanor when speaking with Machias yesterday, so we just might. But he said he had business to take care of in the capital, so there's no telling when he'll be back from that. So I don't think we can count on him, unfortunately. Got it. Then our only option is to break him out ourselves. No. Fee? That's a little excessive. Think about it. We have a perfect chance to bust him out while he's still at the guardhouse. But if they take him to the fort, we lose that chance and we won't get another. Well, I can't argue with that at least. Alright, let's give it a try. Are we breaking out Machias? Or are we breaking out Eustace? I think guardhouse makes me, and the fort makes me think Machias. And if we break him out, wouldn't we be arrested too? Okay, if you're sure. We need to be as covert as possible, though. If we get caught, it has to be after Machias is out safely. If it's before that, there's no way we can talk our way out of this. But the charges against him are obviously false, so if we can get him out safely, they'll be very limited in what they can do to retaliate. Yeah, and the provincial army aren't going to want anything that will hurt their image either. If we can manage to get out of Brehard, we'll be more or less home free. So, no smoke grenades then. Smoke grenades. You don't carry those around with you, do you? No, just flash grenades. What fair maiden doesn't? I don't even know where to begin listing what's wrong with that statement. Hey, Master. What's the monsters in the underground waterway like these days? Oh, I knew it! Oh, Oh, it's the guy. Oh, it's that guy. He's helping us. Been 3 months or so since you last went down there, huh? Guessing the place is probably crawling with them again by now, though I'm sure not going down to check. And it seems pretty obvious that the provincial army's got no interest in taking care of them. How can they even sleep at night knowing the beautiful city's got nasty monsters crawling around underneath it? I'd love to go take care of them myself, if someone would just put a request in. Well, if I hear anything of the sort, I'll send a message over to Legram and let you know. Sure. Sure it'd make you a good scratch. Cheers to that, Master. Alright, I'd best be going. Looking forward to dropping by for another of your espressos sometime. Sure, I'll see you on the way back if you can make it. Huh. Don't see many people dressed like that around here. Those are some fancy red uniforms, you guys students or something? Yes, sir, we are. We're from Thor's Military Academy in Trista. We were sent here for a field study as part of our curriculum. Thor's, huh? Pretty fancy place, ain't it? I've got no idea what they've got you doing for your field study, but good luck. Brehard's a pretty nice city, but it's not without its fair share of problems. Oh, we know. We know. You know... Excuse me. Do you know that blonde-haired man who just left? Oh, Tova? Sure, he's a bracer. I was just about to say that, too. I was thinking, the white uniforms, or the white jacket, it actually sort of seemed like a uniform. And how he was talking, the making money off of going and helping people with their quests and stuff. It sounded like a very mercenary thing to do. And I was thinking, if he's actually a good guy, if he's not with, like, Darth Vader and them, or the provincial army and whatnot, then he's got to be that one other faction that's been mentioned that are being treated like good guys, the Bracers. Bracer? Huh. I haven't seen a Bracer in a long time. Probably because there just aren't many around anymore. Yeah, there used to be a guild branch here in Brehard, but it's been closed for a couple years now. Toval just came by train Is that an extra space in between Toval and okay, whatever. Just came by train from the Legrand branch he comes by train every so often. Really? By the way, I don't mean to eavesdrop, but I thought I overheard you saying something about monsters in the underground waterway. Oh, that? There's a huge network of waterways beneath the city. Been there for a long, long time now. And it's chock full of monsters when the guild still has a branch out there. And the bracers would clear them out. But nowadays, nobody goes near it, and the waterway's just sort of stagnating under the provincial army's control. Because they're too proud to trouble themselves with fighting monsters, of course. How much does the waterway cover? Supposedly all the way from the east side to the west side of the city. So, from the station to somewhere under the Noble District, I guess. Heard a rumor a while back that it even goes under the Duke's mansion, but that's probably just one of those urban legends. We have a plan now. So everyone, we know exactly what we need to do. That was a well-timed clue. Yeah, an underground waterway built in the Middle Ages that extends all the way to the Noble District. It's almost too perfect. Seems likely it's connected to the provincial army's guardhouse where Maki is being held too. The guardhouse itself was probably built in the Middle Ages too, so that would stand to reason. So if we use the waterway, maybe to rescue him without being discovered. Alright, let's give it a shot. There must be an entrance accessible to the town if the bracers were able to get inside to exterminate the monsters. Yes, that's a good point. We should search the whole route between the Noble District and Station Street. Roger that.